morning, guys. Haven't done a video in a couple of days. I went to the cardiologist yesterday and got my heart monitor put on, which I wasn't too excited about, but have to do what you have to do. It is not the monitor I was supposed to have. I can't even lift it up to show you it's stuck. I was supposed to have what was called the King of Hearts monitor. This is like a Life Act, Lifeway something or other. So I'm sitting in the office and finally get called back, and she brings this box in there. And then we're trying to get everything set up, and she's like, we don't normally put these on our patients. We normally just send them to them in the box. And it's a pretty big box with all the wires and the batteries and the electrodes and everything in it. And it has instructions. And generally, only older people would have to wear these heart monitors, not some 22-year-old that just happened to pass out in her apartment one day. So I could have figured it out by reading the directions, but I'm like, what about some of these older people that they're not really in sync with technology and having to put this stuff on themselves. So she literally handed me all the electrodes and the stuff and just had me pop it all on myself. But it's really annoying. I have a whole month to go. It was really hard to sleep last night. I was tossing and turning, and then my little cell phone thing that came with it was going off because my electrodes were like coming loose and stuff. So I'm just going to show you the basic parts of what came with it and what it has to do. So we have the little electrodes here. This is the actual monitor. If I stand up, you can see all the cords are kind of twisted up, but they are attached to me. And you can see they're just everywhere. And it goes under my shirt. And so when I try to pull my shirt down, I can't because it's always up like that. So this is the only one you can really see outside of my clothing. And I'm getting ready to have to change the electrodes because this one right here isn't working right now. So these are the electrodes. And you just peel these off and stick the wire on them, and then you stick these on yourself wherever. Well, this is the actual monitor, and it's battery operated. It has one battery in it. And if I feel something happening, or if I feel me going into irregular rhythm, or I get dizzy or lightheaded, I press these two buttons right here on the side. And this cell phone right here will make a sound, and a list option will come up. Let me see if I can get into it. Just like that. So a list of options have just come up, and I pick whatever one I was feeling at the time. It says lightheaded, dizziness, passed out, chest pain, tightness, rapid heart rate, palpitations, fluttering in chest, no symptoms. And I was sitting, I guess, when I was doing that, so I need to hit sitting and send. So if I was actually having symptoms and sent that, they would have printed off in wherever this is out of my heart activity for right that moment. And I cannot be out of 10 feet within this thing. If I go over 10 feet without this with me, it sends like a signal or something, and I guess it'll start beeping or something. I don't know. I haven't walked out of 10 feet within this thing. So it's really annoying. It's really loud when one of my electrodes goes off or whatever. It made this really loud noise about 4 o'clock this morning. So I have this little carry-in case to carry it in, hook it onto my pants, whatever. I normally just carry it around. So that is the heart monitor. And my heart, a little bit of backstory. My AFib, atrial fibrillation, runs really high on my dad's side of the family. My granddaddy Pendergrass had a lot of heart problems, and he had AFib. And then my dad has it, my Nina has it, and my Aunt Diane just found out she had it not too long ago. So I have been in situations where I have felt my heart skip a beat and like it'll literally stop for a second and then start beating super fast. Or I can feel it tripping over itself, just not in its normal rhythm like it's supposed to be in. And the doctors have never caught it because they can't prove something's wrong with your heart or you're going into palpitations if they don't have it on a EKG or on a heart monitor or something. So while I was in the hospital for 2 days, I was hooked up to the heart monitor. Nothing happened, of course. So this past week, my heart has been acting up like crazy, flip-flopping like ridiculous. And I'm like, watch me, I'm going to go get this heart monitor on Thursday, and it's going to stop and not do anything. And they're not going to catch anything for a whole month. So I was sitting on the couch last night, neighbors were over, we were watching a movie, and my heart just stopped. And then it started flip-flopping. And I was like, oh, my heart's doing something funny. Pressed my button. Thing went off. Pressed my symptom. Pressed what I was doing when I had the symptom, and it sent it. So I'm hoping I did it fast enough, and they were able to scan whatever and, actually catch it that time. So that's pretty much it. It's really annoying. I want to pull my shirt down all the way, and I can't. I'm hoping I don't have to go out in public too much in the next month because I don't like drawing attention to myself, and this is definitely drawing attention. So, anyways, I hope that it finds whatever they're wanting to find and go from there. So that was pretty much it with the heart monitor. Today is September 11th. It was 14 years today that the Twin Towers were hit by the plane in New York City and came down. Last year I was super emotional about it. I had a dream the night before, September 11th, a horrible nightmare, and it just scared the crap out of me. So yesterday I was really emotional on this day. I was all on Netflix watching documentaries and the movie they made, United 93, and I was just like crying all day long. But regardless of anyone's political opinions, regardless of anyone's just anything, today is the day where America stands up and mourns together because that was a tragedy that will forever be in the history of America. I couldn't imagine being in New York or anywhere close when that happened and seeing it for myself and witnessing that. I watched a documentary last year about the people who were in the towers that were up high, they couldn't get out, and they were waving white flags, rags, paper, whatever, something white out of the windows to let people know that they were getting ready to jump. And they jumped out of these buildings and they were just falling and falling and falling. And it was either that or burn to death. What horrible two options. There was nothing else to do. So I just want everybody to take a moment today and reflect and just think about where you were when that happened and what were you doing and how you felt and how it has changed all of our lives forever. I was 8 years old and I was in the hospital for pneumonia, and I remember watching it on the hospital TV and not really understanding what was happening at the moment. But Hope everybody has a great day. Just take a moment to be thankful for what we have and for how far we have come, and be thankful for your families, because, like I've said in many other videos, tomorrow's never promised, and we don't know what's going to happen when we wake up tomorrow, if we wake up tomorrow. So, have a great day.